According to whistleblowers, the FBI has plenty of evidence showing potential criminal conduct to do with Hunter's overseas business dealings, especially with China and Ukraine. I caught up with our US contributor Kristin Tate in Texas a little earlier, and I started by asking her whether she thinks Hunter Biden might actually face criminal charges.
I really don't think so, Chris. I don't think any of this will see the light of day, and that's because the FBI is crooked to its core. That Hillary Clinton destroyed subpoenaed evidence, and nothing was done about it. So I don't have a lot of hope. But yeah, I mean, the evidence is piling up, and those of us who have been paying attention know full well just how corrupt Hunter Biden's business dealings were. So I hope he's held accountable, but I don't have a whole lot of hope.
Yeah, the evidence is intense, isn't it? It suggests all sorts of corrupt activities with foreign governments or companies in foreign countries. And I thought it was extraordinary to hear these comments from Hunter Biden's father, the US President Joe Biden, last week. Have a look.
I love him, and he's on a straight and narrow, and he has been for a couple of years now, and I'm just so proud of him.
I mean, Kristin, if he's saying he's been on the straight and narrow for the past couple of years, that's the whole point, isn't it? What was he doing before that?
Exactly. I mean, Hunter Biden's behavior is just downright despicable. But you know what, Chris? The most infuriating part about this isn't how corrupt Hunter Biden is. Most of us, again, who were paying attention already knew that. What is most infuriating about this is that the media has continued to ignore this story and act like there's just nothing to see here. I mean, you'll remember back in 2020 when the New York Post broke that story about Hunter Biden's laptop, Twitter actually banned that story from being shared. And all the journalists in the mainstream media called it Russian misinformation with absolutely no evidence of that. And now, of course, we all know that that laptop story was true. Well, you would think that a robust press would be investigating that and would want answers, but still, the mainstream press here in America continues to ignore the story. And at the same time, we are seeing mounting evidence of corrupt business dealings between Hunter Biden and these foreign nationals, particularly in Ukraine and China, which it just so happens are the countries where Joe Biden was the point person for the Obama administration. I mean, we have Burisma, a Ukrainian energy company that was paying him $80,000 a month to sit on its board, even though he had no energy experience. It is downright despicable.
It is extraordinary, especially when you go to this voicemail that Joe Biden left for Hunter Biden back in 2018. And it goes to the point of how much the man who went on to become president knew about his son's dealings. Have a listen.
Hey, pal, Dad. It's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just want to talk to you. I thought the article, at least the thing online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think it's clear. And anyway, if you get a chance, give me a call. I love you.
It's very easy to imagine, isn't it, Kristin, just how much media and FBI interest there would be in all of this if that was a recording of Donald Trump speaking to one of his children.
Of course. If this were the Trumps, the media would be covering this all day, every day. A functioning press would be investigating this regardless of which party the president and his son were members of. But we all know the press here, they are so corrupt, so left-wing. And because of that, most Americans haven't even heard that voicemail. They don't know the details of this story. And by the way, Chris, a massive number and percentage of Americans do not trust the media, and this is exactly why, because of the flagrant bias.
Yeah, it is shocking, isn't it? Now, I've noticed, though, that former President Barack Obama has actually lashed out at Democrats and cancel culture. He calls it buzz-killing people, the idea that people are chopped off at the knees or silenced or cancelled because of one misstatement or something that they've said that isn't particularly woke. Here's the former president.
You know, not being a buzzkill, right?
That's a lesson for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, and sometimes Democrats are, right? It's like, sometimes people just want to not feel as if they are walking on eggshells, and they want some acknowledgement that life is messy and that all of us, at any given moment, can, say things the wrong way. Make mistakes.
Well, there he is, the king of woke. Kristin, if he says it's gone too far, then surely it has, hey?
It's definitely gone too far. And I mean, look, Chris, people of political parties in this country, they know full well that the Democrats have gone completely off the deep end. They get hysterical and offended over everything, but the media refuses to cover that. So it took someone like Obama, a mainstream Democrat that everyone loves, to state the obvious in a very tempered way for the media to actually cover this. So Obama's telling his fellow Democrats, hey, if you guys don't start tempering your message, and if you don't stop acting so crazy, you're going to lose big time in the midterms and probably in 2024 as well.
Well, it's a good warning, a timely warning from the former president. Thanks so much for joining us, Kristin.
Thanks, as always, for having me, Chris.
Fascinating times in the States, isn't it?